In this video, we're going to finish up the section 5.4 problems. And the 5.4 problems that we haven't done yet are the half angle problems. So on these ones, it's asking you to evaluate the value of. So we want to know what is the sine of 15 degrees. And just as a quick reminder, well, here's the formula. Sine of the half angle is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine of the whole angle over 2. And let's just think about where 15 degrees is, because it's not really plus or minus. You have to pick which one it is. And so if we look at our circle, 15 degrees, right, so 30, 45, 60, those are the ones that we know because of special right triangles. Well, 15 degrees is here. So the sine of 15 degrees is going to be a positive number. Okay, so this, we're going to use the positive, so it's going to be positive, the square root of 1 minus cosine u over 2. And this u is assuming that this is the half angle. So what we're saying is this is the sine of u over 2 is equal to the sine of 15. And so what we're thinking about is 15 is half of what? That's 15 is 30 over 2. And so u is 30 degrees. And if I plug that into the formula, it's going to be the square root of 1 minus cosine of u, which is 30 degrees, over 2. And so now I know what cosine of 30 is. I can easily figure that out, right? So we know that if we looked at our unit circle, or if we imagined, again, a special right triangle, we know that this side would be a half, this would be 1, this would be square root of 3 over 2, which is why on my unit circle I have the point root 3 over 2 comma 1 half. They come right out of that special right triangle. So 1 minus cosine of 30 root 3 over 2 over 2. And now I just want to clean it up a little bit. So we're going to make that top one equal to a 2 over 2. And I'll just do that right here, 2 over 2, because 1 is equal to 2 over 2. And so then we can say 2 minus root 3 over 2 over 2, all under the square root. And when we simplify that, it becomes square root of 2 minus root 3 over 4, because I have a fraction over an integer, so the fraction just slides down. And I know the square root of 4 is a half, so I can bring the half out front, and 2 minus root 3 stays inside. Sort of messy, but that's the best we can do. And if you check it on your calculator, you can do sine of 15 on your calculator, and then you can do this expression on your calculator, and they will both equal the same value. I think it's around 0.256 or something. Okay, cosine of 75. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to say cosine of 75 is equal to cosine of 150 over 2. And so u is 150. And the cosine formula is plus or minus the square root of 1 plus cosine of u, which is 150, and then all of that divided by 2. So let's think about 75, right? 75 degrees is here. And so the cosine of 75 degrees is going to be a positive number. So cosine of 75 is going to be a positive, so we're going to take the positive value. So let's see. 1 plus cosine of 150 is negative root 3 over 2 divided by 2. And I'm going to leave this plus or minus here for a minute because I know that I need to get that to be a plus value. So cosine of 150 is over here. That's a negative root 3 over 2. And then that's all in the square root. And if I clean that up, we get 2 minus root 3 over 2 over 2. And put that bigger bar. There's a fraction over a number under the square root, and so that becomes the square root of 2 minus root 3 over 4. And square root of 4 is a half, so we can do 1 half, square root of 1 over 4 is a half, times 2 minus root 3. And put the positive out here. Now 2 minus root 3, this is a positive number. Square root of 3 is 1.86, so that's going to be above 1, so that works. And if you notice, it's the same as that answer up there. And why would that be? Because if we look at our unit circle, 15 degrees is over here. So the sine of 15 degrees is this height, and the cosine of 75 degrees is that distance, and those two are the same based on that location in the circle. So these two answers should come out to